Chris Rushworth took 5 wickets as Durham restricted Glamorgan on day 1 at Chester Street in spite of a Nick Selman ton. Mid-table Glamorgan travelled to Division 2's bottom club Durham, and with weather conditions well suited to batting, it was no real surprise when the visitors won the toss that they elected to bat. Jack Rudolph and Nick Selman were the openers, with the South African quickly off the mark. However, his innings was curtailed early on, as with the last ball of the 7th over, Rushworth struck. Rudolph out for 13, the score 18 for 1. Selman and Salter formed the new partnership, and in their early time at the crease together, there was plenty of fortune, Matty Potts consistently beating the bat, but with zero reward. Both batsmen started to find their feet after this early pressure from the home attack. However, there were still chances for the fielding side, Collingwood with a huge appeal against Salter. Moments later there was a hearty appeal on Selman, but both he and Salter survived through until lunch, the score 66 for 1. The afternoon session was to prove more productive for the Welsh team as the second wicket partnership continued to blossom. The pair both contributed boundaries as they took their union past 50. However, there was still enough in the pitch to keep the bowlers interested, and Coughlin thought he'd dispensed of Salter after a huge appeal. Durham didn't have to wait too long for the breakthrough, however, as in the 41st over Rushworth picked up his second of the innings. Colin Ingram was the new man in, and he had a fortunate start to his innings as an edge off Potts flew over the keeper for 4. Selman continued to ride his luck, striking some fine boundaries at the same time as surviving some further appeals. Ingram looked well set up the other end, and he started to dominate the hosts' attack. By the tea interval, Glamorgan were 147 for 2, both Ingram and Selman well set. Selman was still 20 shy of his century when play resumed. Potts was finally rewarded for all his hard work and strict economy rate. Ingram edging through to pointer for 33. Donald came to the crease and seemed to find it marginally easier to get the ball away than Selman. But in spite of 3 fours, he became Chris Rushworth's third victim, second clean bowled, as Glamorgan fell to 182 for 4. Selman edged cautiously towards his century and brought it up with a boundary off the opening ball of Rushworth's 16th over of the day. It was Selman's third century of the season and his second against Durham after an unbeaten knock of 116 in the return fixture in Swansea back in May. There were only a few moments to savour the milestone, as just 3 balls later Rushworth had sent him back to the pavilion, trapped LBW for 103. Lloyd and Wagg took the score past 200 before Lloyd became Rushworth's 5th wicket, another LBW going the way of the home team. And Cullen was the last man out a couple of overs before stumps, Potts striking once more to finish the day with a couple of wickets at an extraordinary economy rate of just 2.05 an over. Glamorgan 221 for 7 at the close as Durham's bowlers kept them on top in spite of tough fielding conditions. Selman with the outstanding innings of the day with 103, but this match in a fantastic position going into day 2.